From the station working for you, this is WRTV News at 11, streaming now.
First at 11, more violence in Indianapolis. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Amber Grigley. Police say a 35-year-old man is dead after a shooting near 21st Street between Shaitland Avenue and Franklin Road on the east side. Officers found the victim shot behind a home on Marianne Avenue at around 9 o'clock tonight. Investigators say he did not live at the home. We'll bring you updates as we learn new information. Now to a water rescue and warning in Hamilton County. The Noblesville Fire Department pulled 5 people from a white river near Cumberland Road this afternoon after their raft got caught in debris. The department had a crew training on the river when the emergency call came in at around 3:15, allowing them to quickly respond to the scene. No one was hurt. NFD says this was the second water rescue of the day. Firefighters strongly recommend people stay out of the river until the water recedes. WRTV meteorologist Kyle Mounts joins us now with perspective on the river's water level. Kyle?
Yeah, and Amber, we can look at the White River here at Noblesville, and you can see this graph shows between about Thursday evening and yesterday evening, saw about a 5-foot rise on the river there, topping out close to 10 feet. It has started to recede a little bit, but it's going to take some time, still below that flood stage of 14 feet. And as we look at those river gauges across central Indiana, most of them in pretty good shape. As we get down around Columbus, some minor flooding there, and even in portions of Jackson County along the East Fork of the White River, some moderate flooding. So just best to avoid that water altogether and let things kind of settle back down. It will continue to do that, though, as we're in a pretty dry weather pattern going forward. We did have some heavy rain down closer to Vincennes earlier this evening. All is nice and calm, though, in the city. We got 75 downtown in Columbus, 70 for you in Muncie, and 71 in the Bloomington area. Tomorrow morning, not going to need that umbrella. May want to take along the sunglasses, though. Lots of sunshine in that forecast. 67 degrees here at 8 a.m. Our sun rises at 6:33. Already in the 80s at noon. We'll look ahead to the full week of your forecast in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Kyle, for that weather update. Hundreds of people attended an auction at a former wildlife center in southern Indiana, briefly featured on the Netflix hit show Tiger King. Saturday's sale comes after Wildlife in Need was found to violate the Endangered Species Act. In June, a federal judge ordered Timothy Stark and his ex-wife to pay more than $700,000 in attorney fees to the People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals after the group successfully sued the pair. Well, summer is going by really fast. For some school districts, it's already back to school season. IPS is hosting a back to school festival tomorrow to help families prepare for the upcoming school year. The event goes from 11 to 2 and 4 to 6 Monday at the Children's Museum. Free school supplies will be available for kindergarten through 8th grade students. And a free COVID vaccine clinic will also operate during the festival hours at the Butler Laboratory School 60 on Pennsylvania Street, not too far from the museum. The first day of school for IPS students is August 2nd. In Hamilton County, Sheridan High School will serve as a COVID vaccine site this week. Shots will be given to Hoosiers age 12 and older Tuesday and Thursday from 4 to 8 and Saturday from 9 to 1. Now, we took you inside this clinic yesterday. Health officials say there are 51 vaccination sites in Hamilton County, but only 2 north of State Road 32.
We just want to make sure that we're here, you know, as a presence to make it as easy as possible. That way, if somebody wants the vaccine, it's easily accessible to them, and we're doing what we can to serve them where they're at.
There is no registration for this clinic. Walk-ins are welcome and encouraged. You'll also find a pop-up vaccine clinic in downtown Indianapolis this week. A mobile clinic will be set up at the Birch Bayh Federal Building and U.S. Courthouse located on Ohio Street Wednesday and Thursday from 11 to 3. The Moderna and Johnson & Johnson shot will be available. While any Indiana resident age 18 and older is encouraged to get vaccinated at this site, it's meant to be a convenient location for federal and city employees as well as other downtown workers and residents. Full approval of Pfizer vaccine could come in a matter of months. And a Centers for Disease Control advisory panel is set to discuss booster shots this week. ABC's Mona Kassar Abdi reports these new developments come as the White House attempts to fight misinformation.
Day after day, the Delta variant tightening its grip on the nation, now responsible for driving up cases everywhere but South Dakota and Wyoming. Alongside Arkansas, the highest infection rates are in Florida and Missouri.
This Delta virus is really a cause of greater concern. This is not last year's virus.
Hospitalizations up as well in some COVID hotspots. They're admitting more patients than any other point in the pandemic. One Arkansas hospital now out of beds as admissions in the state surge by 80%.
We're back into emergency mode.
Unvaccinated Americans account for nearly all new COVID cases. The Surgeon General concerned that misinformation, particularly via social media, is fueling vaccine hesitancy.
Stop and verify your sources before you post stories online.
In Los Angeles County, with new cases up fourfold since July 4th, an indoor mask mandate is back in place for everyone, even the fully vaccinated. A decision the Surgeon General says does not conflict with CDC guidelines.
In areas where there are low numbers of vaccinated people or where cases are rising, it's very reasonable for counties to take more mitigation measures.
The FDA accelerating the review process to fully approve the Pfizer vaccine. Dr. Anthony Fauci says it could come in a matter of months. A CDC panel on vaccines also meeting this week to discuss booster shots, though no vote is scheduled. And in Florida, where the number of new COVID cases has nearly doubled in a week, pandemic restrictions on cruise ships remaining in place. Late Saturday, a federal appeals court temporarily blocking a previous ruling that would have lifted CDC rules. Mona Kassar Abdi, ABC News, New York.
COVID concerns do not appear to be slowing travel. Indianapolis International Airport says it's busy this summer, and that means you should pack your patience. An increase in passengers is creating longer lines through security at peak travel times throughout the day. Airport officials are urging people to arrive 2 hours before their flights. Early morning departures between 5 and 7 a.m. are the most impacted. People we talked to at the airport today encouraged their fellow travelers to have a positive attitude when facing long lines or delays.
Be prepared, mentally, to wait in lines and try to be patient and be as pleasant as possible because it makes it more enjoyable for everybody.
I can understand how some people might get angry at the fact that, they have to show up early or, they have to, get up earlier and go wait in a longer TSA line in order to get on their flight. But I feel like it's kind of a good sign that we're growing a little bit. And, we're becoming a bigger city and more people are hearing about the great things going on in Indy.
Airport officials also encourage you to check your flight status before leaving for the airport. You can also check TSA wait times at ind.com. The Indiana Department of Transportation is hiring Hoosiers. And you can learn more about available positions this week. Job fairs will be held from 10 to 3 Thursday at district locations on South Brookville Road in Indianapolis and on West 300 North in Crawfordsville. Earlier this year, NDOT announced an increase in starting pay to $19 per hour for highway technicians and several other positions. For more information about the hiring fairs and careers with the department, just head on over to in.gov/in. While those jobs probably did not have work from home options, remote work is becoming more popular due to the pandemic. According to a recent survey from Slack, only 12% of office workers want to go back full time. But it's a different story in the key demographic. The research firm Generation Lab tracks trends affecting younger people. It found 40% of college students and recent grads would prefer in-person work, and 74% said they fear missing out on being part of the workplace community.
That's an intangible. It doesn't necessarily show up in the paycheck, but obviously just fundamental factor number 2 is mentorship. So again, 2 sort of intangible things that you need to develop over time, especially early on in the career, that seems to be driving this pretty stilted difference between young people and the general public.
Remote and hybrid work also has the potential to impact promotion opportunities for Gen Z workers. Their chances may not be as good compared to someone who had the chance to work in person and build a network with co-workers and managers. It's something Generation Lab plans to keep tracking along with other impacts.
We're going to do a lot of longitudinal research on how this specific cohort does in terms of wading into the workforce and over time, and how they develop both in terms of skills, satisfaction, pay. Like, these are all really essential stuff that we'll have to study.
One advantage to remote work for Gen Z is becoming more familiar with technology. Most had to finish college online and are already used to accomplishing work that way.
You have to be very intentional about your vision for success. You also have to really think about the choices and the trade-offs that you make.
The pandemic is also impacting the workforce in other ways. Coming up, what you need to think about if you're considering making a career change. And a little later, firefighters go above and beyond the call of duty to save a beloved four-legged friend.
From the station working for you, this is WRTV News at 11, streaming now.
Well, it's county fair season. After canceling in 2020 due to the pandemic, many fairs are back in action. Well, this was a scene today at the Hamilton County Fair at the 4-H Fairgrounds in Noblesville. Now you can see the event attracted a huge crowd. Volunteers say they've seen visitors of all ages enjoying the fair.
It's great seeing people's faces, seeing the excitement as people are coming in. I was in the parking lot and I've seen a lot of younger kids getting out of the car, and they can't wait to get up here and see what's going on. And they're dragging their parents along, and that's neat to see. And then in some cases, the parents are just as excited to see the new thing. So it's just been a great experience today.
The Hamilton County Fair wraps up tomorrow. The Hendricks, Johnson, and Boone County Fairs are just getting started. National Ice Cream Day is winding down, but not before the holiday went to the dogs this afternoon. 3 Dog Bakery in Indianapolis hosted a doggy social ice cream fair. Our camera captured several owners splurging on sweet treats for their pups.
Well, I got an email saying that they were having the $5 lickety split for National Ice Cream Day, so we thought we'd bring little Chippy over so he could get some ice cream. We like to treat him to some good things. Not that he necessarily needs it, but he likes it. He loves it.
Well, if you missed out on Ice Cream Day deals today, it's also National Ice Cream Month. Many companies and restaurants are offering sweet discounts throughout July. You know what? I am feeling an ice cream day tomorrow.
Yeah, and I'm like Chippy. I love ice cream. I don't necessarily need it, but it doesn't stop me. Not for sure. We may get out there for a dog walk, though, and walk off some of those calories going into the next couple days. We got some nice weather for it. 75 degrees with clear skies in Indy, 68 for you right now in Kokomo, and you got the middle 70s in Bloomington. Winds that were a little breezy earlier have started to drop off, only around 5 miles per hour for us. The humidity, that is still in the air, and it's not really going to go anywhere here. It may drop a little bit as we go into tomorrow, but you're still going to notice it out there, and then it surges back as we go toward the middle of the week. TrueCast, though, is going to be very quiet as we go throughout the day tomorrow. Hardly any clouds out there. We'll enjoy lots of sunshine. Nice to soak that up instead of a lot of rain like we had last week. And this area of high pressure that's moving in from the north and west is going to keep those rain chances off to the south and east of us here really for the next couple of days. So no need for that umbrella. Temperatures tonight will drop down to 64 in Indy, 62 for you in Columbus, and 63 in the Muncie area. Very nice and comfortable start to the day, and there's all that sunshine for our Monday. And temperatures are going to warm pretty quickly here. We'll get into the mid 70s already at 10 a.m., 81 at noon, and afternoon highs that'll be into the middle 80s. So right about where we should be for this time of year. We'll top out at 85 in Indianapolis. Those mostly sunny skies will get you to 85 in Kokomo and Fishers, Bloomington at 86, and Muncie closing in closer to the 90-degree mark as you'll get to 87 Monday afternoon. Temperatures are going to be into the middle 80s again on Tuesday, and there's that sunshine. So last week was very active, had a lot of rain in the forecast. We're basically flipping it here, a full 180 degrees as we're going to be going into a dry stretch and warmer as well, with those numbers into the 80s. That next chance for rain, it's going to hold off here until the end of the week. Let's jump ahead to 9 a.m. on Friday morning. You start to see some of that rain moving in. Right now, we'll call it only about a 30% chance of rain. We're going to have an area of low pressure and a front hanging off just to our north. That'll keep those rain chances in the forecast. Next several days, though, all is dry. Lots of sunshine in there as well. Our temperatures in the mid to even upper 80s, and with the humidity around, we'll have heat index values getting close to the 90-degree mark, and there's just that 30% chance of rain heading into next weekend.
All right, thanks, Kyle, for that weather update. An international film festival kicks off this week right here in central Indiana. Indy Shorts will screen films Tuesday through Sunday at several venues, the Living Room Theaters on Mass Ave, Indy Fringe, and the Indianapolis Arts Center. There will also be an online streaming option. Marketing Director Jessica Chapman says the pandemic did not stop filmmakers from getting creative over the past year.
We had the largest submission process that we've ever had. We had 3,300 submissions that came through this year. And so we've narrowed those down to 201 films from all over the world. Over 40 different countries are represented in this year's festival.
And for ticket information, just head on over to indyshorts.org. Changes caused by the pandemic have many people charting new career paths, but navigating what's next can come with some questions. Scripps reporter Stephanie Stone is getting answers for people who are reimagining their workplace.
No matter which way you phrase it, tsunami of resignations, great reshuffle, great resignation, the normal workplace is no more.
This is not just a short-term issue, although in the short term, we're going to see much more of it. In the long term, I think we're going to see much more fluidity in the way that the workforce will operate.
Homa Barami is watching it all go down and says the next 6 to 9 months will be very telling.
Having said that, I do see long-term the volatility and the movement of people between jobs will definitely be with us. And the reason for that is that we're seeing much more volatility. We're operating in what I call a VUCA world, volatile, uncertain, complex, ambiguous.
She wears a lot of hats, and all of those hats work together in her roles. She's an educator and researcher at UC Berkeley's Haas School of Business, and she consults business leaders about people and organization.
In the long term, companies have to rethink how they organize themselves, how they structure teams, how they recruit people, and so on. So a lot of interesting times ahead of us.
Interesting indeed, says Jess Ponce III. He's a media consultant, author, and branding expert who's helping people in Los Angeles and around the world find their words and their professional presence.
I like to look at it as a reimagining. We are reimagining the way that we want to live, and that includes the way that we want to work. We don't want to go back to the way things were in our hearts because we've experienced a reality outside of it.
Which brings us to the next big question of how exactly are you supposed to do that?
So what I recommend is that people make a list, almost like a chart. First of all, what am I doing right now that I really love doing? On the second column, write down the things that you don't enjoy doing.
Then he says, connect the dots to come up with new possibilities for yourself.
People are more confident than they've ever been. And to me, there are two markers to confidence. The first one is to know your subject matter, and the second is its value.
The good thing, he says, is we've all had the past 18 months or so to think about what we want. Now we just need to make it happen carefully.
The first thing is not to react, because any decision that's based on emotion is never going to produce the results you think they are. So pause, sit for a moment, and evaluate what's going on.
And Homa says, while you're evaluating, think like an entrepreneur.
Which means you have to take calculated risks. You have to do a lot of experimentation. You have to be very intentional about your vision for success. You also have to really think about the choices and the trade-offs that you make.
I'm Stephanie Stone, reporting.
Welcome back. Child tax credits are rolling out. The payments are already helping struggling families across the country. Kat Sandoval with our partners at Newsy spoke to a single parent mother about what the extra cash means to her and her family.
Just go all around this park. In Chicago, with 2 kids to raise, single mom Serena Summerall says it was financially tough during the pandemic.
Bills were just tumbling.
It meant making cell phone payments, rent, keeping the lights and gas on.
I shed tears, made phone calls. I tried to do whatever I could, but people had shut down. So a lot of employment opportunities had shut down.
This week, Americans will be getting an advance on the child tax credit. Eligible families, single parents who make less than $75,000 a year, or joint filers who make less than $150,000 will receive monthly payments of $300 for each child under age 6 and up to $250 for each child 6 to 17 years old.
I did check my account. I did receive my portion of the child tax credit, so I am very happy.
Because of the pandemic, Summerall made less than $20,000 last year as a court mediator and a CPR trainer. She says getting the child tax credit now helps. She can tuck some money away for her kids' savings.
I want to throw a little something in their accounts and, of course, pay some bills.
Like majority of Americans, Serena Summerall is able to get the advanced child tax credit, but some families may be slipping through the cracks.
We're talking about undocumented individuals who do qualify. We're talking about grandma and grandpa, maybe taking care of the kids. They also do qualify.
Financial navigators like Carolina Guzman of Heartland Alliance help Chicago families with financial advice. She tells Newsy undocumented parents with children born in the U.S., grandparents who are sole guardians, and individuals who didn't file tax last year can qualify.
There are instances where people might not necessarily think they qualify, but they actually do. So this American Family Rescue Plan is to alleviate child poverty. So it's really focused on the child. So if there's a child that has a social security number, they're able to receive the tax benefit.
Elisa Rodriguez has seen firsthand how the pandemic has impacted families. And as someone who worked for Chicago's Family and Support Services for more than 30 years, she's urging families to utilize this opportunity.
Every day I see more and more applications come in for people needing rental assistance because they're falling behind. And as the eviction moratoriums start to get lifted across the country, that's a huge need. This funding can help keep people housed, can help keep people in their homes, right? And what parent doesn't want that?
I do believe that the other families, like myself, would be very happy to see that money come in their accounts for the next 6 months.
For Newsy, I'm Kat Sandoval in Chicago.
All right, caught on camera, an incredible rescue effort in Cincinnati. This morning, firefighters were called to a location on a report of a dog trapped between 2 concrete walls. The dog had fallen down a small space and there was no way to lift it out. Crews cut and smashed through the wall with saws and sledgehammers. Eventually, a firefighter was able to reach in and pull the dog named Gertie to safety. Well, she had been missing for about 5 days, but is now back home with her owners tonight. Oh, poor Gertie.
Man, yeah, glad to see that all worked out, though. And
I know.
Sure getting a big meal now after a few days. All right, let's check out that forecast tomorrow. Lots of sunshine. Our temperature is going to make their way into the middle 80s there. We're going to keep it warm and dry for much of the week.
All righty, thank you so much for making WRTV your choice for news. Good Morning Indiana starts at 4:30.